Let's go. They did bring the phones in. The phones again, it looks like. Again, keep finding WebView installed now. So WebView is installing. I don't know much else though. We didn't run the script yet. We'll run it eventually when we get to breakfast. Hopefully it doesn't rain. Yeah, there's so much polishing on this S25 screen. The screen protector doesn't stick. Understand? So you can imagine. You can imagine. So the Z Fold 4, this is not 3, it's a 4. We are seeing the heat that everybody's talking about from the Snapdragon chip, which is Gen 1. It does calm down. However, it required additional attention, understand? So it's kind of similar to the S22. The S22 is way better. It's not even comparable, but there is some heat coming from this Gen 1 in the Snapdragon. It is at 3.1 or 3.2, but the S22 is much better behaved. And it does heat up. There is some heat coming out of it for no reason, it seems. So we had to re-enable the calling apps and the usual configuration apps. You know, update center, CID, CSC, SDN config. We re-enabled those and it started running cooler. It charges. So we look at the apps on it. It's got a bunch of Knox apps. It's got more Knox stuff. There's only like maybe 15 more apps, maybe 20, I don't know, something like 25 new apps in there. And it does charge. It's 25 watts. Charges fast enough. But there is some heat. Yes, I noticed it as well. Nothing you can do about it. The script is supposed to calm it down. The script does work to calm down the heat and battery drain. So it does have an inherent battery drain and heat from this Gen 1. Whatever they do with the firmware, there is some heat and some battery drain. But the script does do its job. The script does do its job to manage it. And it's as good as it's going to get. It's not going to get any better. There's nothing else to do. As far as scripting, there's nothing to do. It's just the way the chip runs. Understand? Hot, and it drains. See, the S22 does not do that. The S25 doesn't do that. The A50 doesn't do that. The S10 definitely doesn't do it. All of them are Exynos chips, mostly. Yeah, we have the Sony. The Sony doesn't really do it. We got to tinker with the Sony a little bit more. But yeah, I did notice what everybody's talking about: some heat and some battery drain. Nothing else to do though. It's just the way it is. You know, we got it to charge. It's charging. It's fast. It's just as fast as any other phone that I have, pretty much. Obviously, the S25 is the fastest. I got the cases yesterday. We got screen protectors on 2 phones. No, 3 phones, including the S22. We got lens covers as well. Lens covers for the S22, S25. We're waiting on the S22 back cover with the gray one, which is going to match the S25, and that's it. I mean, the S25, like I said, it's a champion for sure. And no more shut-offs, by the way. It stopped shutting off on its own, so I think we solved the problem with the S25 restarting on its own. It hasn't done it in 2 days. So I think, yeah, that's it. You know, the Z Fold, yeah, it's okay, but the only thing you can do is repair it and sell it. It is 512. It's got some storage. It's 512 gigabytes. This guy gave me a 512 gigabyte phone. I gave him a 256. It's a fair deal, though. I mean, this thing is horrible on battery life. I mean, compared to the A52, this thing is pretty bad on battery life, I have to say. I mean, he was never going to get it in check. You know, running the shit that he was running stock. He was never going to charge it. He was never going to solve the battery drain. I did all of that in a day, half a day, and he was never going to get it under control anyway. I gave him an upgrade. I gave him an upgrade in charging, you know, charging and battery life, which is obviously what matters the most. I got his case as well. I don't have a screen protector to give him, but I got his case. It's better than anything he's going to buy in the store. Yeah, the Z Fold 4, 512 gigabytes. Definitely a lot of heat soaking in this one as well. The cameras make noise. from the heat soak. So they need some lubrication, just like the S10 cameras and the Sony cameras. And there's been so much heat coming out of it. I mean, that inner screen was going to have burning anyway, so it doesn't matter. There's a problem with the hinge, that's why it broke. Somebody fucked around with the hinge and it's snagging. There's a metal bend in the hinge on the inside of the screen, and that's the reason why that screen popped, I think. But it's got issues all along the spine anyway. But it looks like somebody damaged the hinge. It also moves up and down. There's some movement, lateral movement, I guess, when it's folded. When it's folded, there's some lateral movement in it. So that hinge is damaged. Somebody's been inside the phone, maybe. Somebody opened up the phone and fucked with the hinge. And there's some damage on the inside of the screen where the hit at the top of the hinge. There's some bent metal. Some of the metal is a little bit twisted. So I think somebody played around with that hinge for no reason. You know, you're not gonna fix the screen, guys. It's, you know, it's done. They're saying about 230 pounds to repair it, which is a lot. It's not even worth it. You can buy another S25. You know, you can buy another, you know, if you're lucky, you can find another S25 for that money. 230 pounds for a screen. A bit steep. A bit steep, but I can understand why it's steep, you know. It is what it is. Let's go ahead and go to breakfast. Give this guy his case. My penis felt better last night. I said this underwear is radioactive, so sometimes it can fry your balls, your inner thighs, even your prostate, and the glands of the penis. So my penis was feeling better this morning and last night. That's what it is. It's just EMF. You know, it causes shit like that, you know. Today is Monday. Yeah, this A50 is working fine. No issues here. The S25 stopped overheating when the hotspot is on. So we were finally able to get that shit under control. That way it doesn't overheat when it's just on and not being used. And it stopped overheating with the hotspot running. Let's go get this guy's case, because I'm pretty sure he dropped the phone. I told him not to drop it. Just don't use it until I give you the case. It would have been good advice. Because the value of the phone is in the fact that it hasn't been dropped. You understand? That's the value of the, you know, 825 that I gave him. It's got full specs and it hasn't been dropped. That's the entire value of the phone. So if he dropped it, he's square. You know? He's as square as it gets. Like I said, I kept this S25 on me without dropping it until I put the case on it. I managed not to drop it. It's just that this guy took a fucking polishing pad and polished my fucking screen and back cover. Now I have to change it. Now I have to change the fucking glass, and likely I'm going to have to pay somebody to change the glass, because the screen is so much money I can't change it myself. I don't think I have the required skill set to change it. There's so much polishing, like I said, the screen protector does not stick to the screen. Where the fuck have you seen that before? I haven't. So yeah, you know, shit to waste money on. Stuff to waste money on. Why not? We still need to get the S10 working. Obviously, that's the goal next month, is to get the S10 working with another screen. And we can do that. We can buy the screen for the S10 and get it back working with a new screen. Shouldn't have any issues. Like I said, that phone is an incredible device for its age. An incredible phone for its age. Definitely very well behaved with the script. I mean, it doesn't drain at all. You can watch YouTube all day long, even with that USB port causing a high idle. That S10 is you're probably going to get the most screen on time from the S10, because it just, the software just doesn't cause you any problems. Unlike this Z Fold 4, or which other one, the Sony is a little bit finicky, but I think the script is getting to it. I need to re-enable some stuff on the Sony to get it to behave. Leave some stuff open and running. I think I have some stuff disabled that can be re-enabled. Probably get more battery life and less heat out of it if I re-enable the stuff. Like I said, that's the point of the script. You can re-enable these apps and it won't matter. You can re-enable SDM, CID, CSC. You can re-enable telephone apps, and it doesn't negatively impact the phone battery life or charging anymore because of the script. So you can run all those apps again, leave them enabled. The telephony apps and the configuration apps, update center, let them all running, and it won't do anything to the phone to stop it from charging, overheating it, or draining. So because of the script, in a sense, so you can leave those apps all running. You get, you get less heat and less high idle out of it. You get battery life out of it as well. But it doesn't, before, they used to just cause charging problems or drain or heat if you left them running. Typical, right? And that's on any phone, really. But now with the script, you can leave all those apps running, and it doesn't cause any more problems. It's as if they're not even enabled. Because of the script, it runs fine. So I think on the Sony, we're just going to re-enable some stuff and go from there. Just like I did on the S22. We did it on the Z Fold 4. We left all those telephoning and configuration apps. They're running. I left them enabled. And it's charging, and it's not draining too bad. It's charging, and it's not draining too bad at all. It's okay for what it is, I guess. Like I said, a lot of people said this Gen 1 is heating up and draining quite a bit. And there's nothing I can do with the script. I already looked at the problem. We solved it on the other phones. It's just the way the chip runs, I guess. Maybe it's a firmware issue. Maybe it's a firmware issue with the Gen 1, whatever. It's so damn hot, man. I think it's okay today in the morning, though. In the morning, it's alright. So a lot of people died in France. Move, bitch. Get out the way, bitch. The fuck is that? Mafioso Mafia. So like I said, the A52, for some reason, wasn't starting a hotspot from Wi-Fi, and that was a big issue. Because that's how we run the ADB stuff. The ADB stuff comes from the hotspots, being able to start hotspots and connecting the phones together. And that A52, for some reason, whatever they did with that fucking firmware, it wasn't able to start hotspots from Wi-Fi. Because it's special, And the Z Fold does. Obviously, the Z Fold does do that. It does start hotspots. So we got that problem out of the way. Now we have all the phones, but minus the A50. The A50 doesn't do it either. We have all these phones that can start hotspots or play games. And they play games, start hotspots, no issues, no lag, no UI lag. No UI lag like the A50 or whatever. We still have to solve that. Still look into it to find out why it's lagging. Played around with the laptop last night. We uninstalled the drivers, reinstalled them again. BCD edit, ran most of those commands that I have in the script. Like I said, we still need to look at the WinLoad, figure out what to do with the WinLoad stuff. Need to remove it and put it back on somehow, find out how to do it. It's amazing, it's a secret. We came across another secret. How do you remove WinLoad and put it back on the laptop? Well, if you ask around, you will not be able to find out. They tell you shit like, what did they say? Use BCD edit. That's not going to restore it. And what's the other one that they said? Copy the file over. That's not going to do it either. It's not going to load. What else did they say? That's what they said. They said copy the file over, copy WinLoad over, use BCD edit to restore it. None of that works. That's what I found on the whole fucking internet. Use BCD edit, copy the file over from an ISO or something. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. So we stumbled across another problem that's nobody knows, nobody says, nobody tells you how to fix it. Remove WinLoad and put it back on. How hard can it be? Apparently it's very hard. We stumbled across the problem in Windows. That's the problem with Windows. It's WinLoad. WinLoad EFI, and nobody knows how to remove it and put it back on. Understand? Just like nobody knows how to change this firmware on these phones. Nobody knows how to change the firmware on the phones. Same problem. Understand? So we stumbled across the problem in Windows. It is the problem in Windows. How do you remove WinLoad EFI and put it back on so that it boots? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. So you see, we stumbled across another problem that nobody knows, nobody at least tells us on the internet how to fix it. It's another one of those problems that you have, like I said, with the Android phones, changing the firmware, changing, you might want to change, changing the Super IO. That's another one, the Super IO reset. How do you invoke a Super IO reset in Windows without a keyboard? How do you do it without installing a keyboard? Nobody knows. Apparently, it's another one of those secrets. So there's two issues now in Windows: WinLoad and the Super IO reset. How do you reset the Super IO with commands only? And how do you put WinLoad back on if you remove it? Nobody knows. Mystery. Guy, listen, it's a consumer product. Somebody knows. It's a consumer product that's been sold for, a billion times over. Somebody knows how to do this. But it's a secret. That's why nobody says. And nobody says it's a fucking secret. Yeah. Let's get to where we're going and run the script. Like I said, resetting the Super IO with commands only is the key to solving desktop problems. Because on laptops, you just change the keyboard. On desktops, there is no keyboard interface to the Super IO. You just have to remove the chip and program it, and then put it back on the board. 99.99% of the entire population will not remove the Super I/O chip from a desktop to program it and then solder it back on the motherboard. 99.99% of the people in this realm are not capable of doing something like that. They're just not going to do it. They just can't do it. Understand? No one's going to do that on a desktop or a server or whatever, a server rack. And that's the key. That's one of the keys to Windows, figuring out how to reset the Super I/O with commands only, command line. And nobody knows. Apparently nobody knows. And I'm pretty sure it's something simple. It's got to be something simple. Pretty sure of it. It's got to be something simple. Yeah, it's nice and cool out here. Very breezy. Something in the high again. Sidewalk. Alright, let's walk this way. Yeah, you've been drinking that water. It's got a lot of bacteria in it. Like I said, it just stinks. It's okay to drink when it's frozen, but it smells awful, and it does make you sick. You got a little bit of COVID in the throat. So squash, tap water, whatever the hell we had in there. Tea. We had tea and lemon slices. And it was good enough to drink with the squash and the water mixed together, but it stinks. It's okay to drink, but it stinks. It really does. It smells fucking awful. Understand? It smells fucking awful after you drink it. And it's just bacteria. That's what it is. It's just fucking bacteria. This guy's bacterial cultures. You know, cultures of fucking bacteria in the water. And everything else that's liquid. Just full of fucking bacteria. It stinks. It smells horrible. I need to go back to the other side. It's too hot here. Yeah, I'm dying of thirst. Already, my mouth is dry. Fuck. Like I said, the extra credit these rats get for grabbing phones and laptops is unbelievably generous. You understand? This is how these rat fucking commie asswipes run the fucking world. You understand? It's these fucking electronics. And the credit that they get for whatever the fuck they're doing in cyberspace with these phones and laptops is very, very generous. Some very, very generous extra credit that they get every day. This is why these asswipes run the world. This is why these Cabbage Patch excrement runs this fucking realm. the electronic devices that they grab in the middle of the night. You understand? It's a very, very generous fucking, basically scam. It's probably the most generous scam that's ever been played on white people. By the way, it's pretty much exclusive to white people. You're the target. You're the intended target here. It's a very, very generous scam. You understand? Generous scam, basically the most generous scam that's ever been pulled. And you see it the next day on the sidewalks. You can tell. You understand? You can actually tell. Shit's slipping off me. And there's the shirt is not staying down either. I'm so tired already. I'm thirsty. So, you know, that's the issue with these bad people. They don't fit the profile of anything that came out of the hole. And I can assure you, no transgender folks came out of that hole either. You're in big shit, son. You stepped into some really deep shit with this backstory that you have to tell us, because I'm pretty sure no transgender folks came out of the hole. I'm also pretty sure that no monkeys, apes, or hominids came out of the hole either. That's your problem. Understand? That's the reason why you stupid fuck stole the bags. You know, the bags and phones and laptops and deliveries and everything else. You just don't fit the profile of anything that came out of that hole. That's the reason why you do what you're doing. There was nothing transgender that came out, I'm pretty sure. No monkeys, apes, or hominids. See, that's the reason why you do what you do. Understand? That's really the reason why you do what you do. You just don't fit the profile of what comes out of that hole. And it's the reason why you did what you did. Understand? That's really the only explanation, really, that covers the problem we have here. Yeah, that's the explanation that covers the problems that we have here, and it covers it pretty well. It's like I said, the other issue that these folks have is that the monkeys and apes are not transgender either. They're animals in the woods, the jungle. Why the fuck would a monkey or an ape be transgender? See, they didn't start out transgender either. The monkeys didn't start out transgender either, did they? Like I said, there's something to be said about these people and their senseless fight. Their senseless fucking fight against reality. You understand? Their senseless tirade against reality. You understand? That's what it is. It's a senseless fight that they want to fight because they want to be at war with reality. You understand? There's no monkeys or apes that came out of the hole. They are not transgender either. They definitely didn't start out transgender. Whoever the fuck made them. They definitely didn't start out transgender because it's not necessary. Yeah, it's not necessary. That's not the way it works normally. You know, that's what the problem is. You know, that's what the problem is that these people have. It really is. This leadership that leads these people. You just don't fit the profile of anything that came out of the hole. You just don't. And that's why you're doing what you're doing. Like I said, perfect explanation. Covers all the issues we have here. It covers all the issues that we have here pretty well. It covers all the issues that we have here and then some. It explains everything. Yeah, it really does. Oh my God. Yeah, I can't wait to eat something, drink something, because like I said, that bacteria really stinks. At least we're not burping. I feel lightheaded. We are low on calories because we didn't eat much, and we need to try and catch up on some calories today. We're going to the beach, by the way, next week. No, 18th, right before I get paid. Pretty bad idea. Right before I get paid, we're going to the beach. So I'm gonna try and work out on my beach body. Maybe get on some Ozempic. To lose some weight. What do you guys think? get something to eat. Yeah, I've been going blind sitting on that bed. I couldn't sleep last night. There's too much EMF and too much heat coming from the ceiling. Basically an open fucking oven in there. BYD seal. Let's run the script again, guys. Let's do that. And it's nice and breezy out here. My God, feels good. Awesome. Just not in that room. That room is hot as shit. There's heat coming from the ceiling. Lots of EMF in there. It's impossible to sleep. Let's go see Mr. Eddie. It's Mr. Eddie here this morning. Let's go, Eddie. Eddie Guerrero. Where's Mr. Eddie Guerrero today? He's from WrestleMania. 9:45. All right, let's run the script. Let's wait for Mr. Eddie to show up. Mr. Eddie is not here today. Where's Mr. Eddie? Huh? You have a failure to check in right now, huh? Mr. Eddie has a failure to check in. It's in a zipper. the phone stopped rebooting. So with the settings in the system UI script that I put in there recently, it would reboot a lot. It stopped doing it. So it's never going to overheat again because that's what's causing the overheating. It was always a settings app for system UI doing something with dive mode and telephoning. It's not supposed to because it's not, it doesn't run it. Understand? But it was doing something with settings and system UI, running, telephoning, and that's why it was overheating and causing problems. And it stopped doing it. So we hit the nail on the head, I guess. All right, let's pick up the treasure, guys. Try not to miss it today because I missed it yesterday pretty bad. I fucked up. Got distracted with these phones. Missed a bunch of stuff. Missed a bunch of treasures that I had to pick up. Let's see what kind of speed this thing gets. Yeah, 250, 270, 280, 280, 290, 5G speed, 290. Not bad. About maybe 60 up. Maybe 100. It's good enough. Pretty normal. Homeless comrades, no te preocupes. Soon we will all have basic income from Lord Elon Musk. All hail Elon Musk, SpaceX, Tesla, Boston Dynamics. Soon we're going to send you all to Mars. I'm going to the beach. I call going to Mars going to the beach. I call going to Mars going to the beach. It's kind of similar because there's a lot of sand.
I like the toast and eat it. Oh, pretty good. They're nice toast, aren't they? And then you could be on jam or cheese or something like that. Go on. Go on. I don't mind how much I don't have to eat pocket table. I'm going to make you had basketball, football, had loads. Yeah. Not basketball. This school is school, but it did say there's still going to be another legal company. We need it. I need to something. Holiday time. Fruit salad, like. Fruit salad? Yeah. What's it? Where's the pineapple? Oh, right, cool. Fruit salad and coffee. Yeah, coffee and fruit. Yeah. I'm going to try that. What I'm missing is yogurt. Yeah. There is another food fancy arts way on Friday and Sunday, some day they do
I used to live around that.
yeah, they do like hot food.
I was never aware of footbacks around.
Yeah, there's a station where if you go down, they do on Friday and Sunday at 7:30, and they do hot meals, coffee, tea, coffee, and yogurt and sandwiches. And we go there. And then at 9 o'clock you go out and you get some more food at 9 o'clock and take away. Because they normally pack up.
When I'm on the road, I'm okay to the second Saturday.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I never had to go like out for a food bag or what. As far as I know, it's Saturday.
Yeah.
Maybe I can't see. Yeah, I'll try to see.
But it's good. It's got loads of Sunday, it's got loads of yes. And you have to choose to put it in.
You need to be on schedule as well. Make up your diet plan.
Yeah.
Like a hot water is no better. You pretty sure. Like a Coke. Everybody likes Coke. That's the best. And I'll have a lemonade.
I done it before and it was horrible. What do you need? Okay. I'll give you more time.
Water and but I can't hold my hand. Dash water?
Yeah, they grabbed the exterior as well. It was crashing bug jegging. I had to uninstall bug jegging and put it back on. Install it back on. Definitely grabbed the exterior for sure. I'm exhausted. I feel dizzy. We got some water. I forgot my water bottle at the hotel. I feel dizzy. Very dizzy. They apprehended the chicken thief. He's a chicken thief. He stole the bits. He stole the bits for the chicken wings. Look at my balls. I heard it from. I ate the cheese. The cheese sandwiches, and actually kind of killed my balls a little bit. Let's go find Mr. Eddie the Menace. Eddie the Menace. This guy is a strange fellow. That's why nobody likes him. He's a very spirited individual. Mr. Eddie. Mr. Eddie failed to check in today, and I told him to come to the church. It keeps turning off the screen. The other ones don't do that. So turning off the screen. Again, I think when we get to it's the settings script or it's the system UI, obviously. Because, you know, it keeps turning it off because I have 4 stuff in there. I've got a bit of a headache, man. What the fuck? I think it's that fucking cake we ate. I gotta change my upload defaults on YouTube and make it for adults only. Adult only viewing. Let's go find Mr. Eddie so I can give him his case. He probably already dropped the phone. Oh my god, I'm exhausted. Let's see if he's nearly out of space now. I didn't go to get tickets this morning because I don't really think it's necessary, really. I need to get up in the morning anyway to get here. We gotta make sure we go at 4 p.m. We're going to the other place. And I did not get any tickets today. I didn't feel like walking all the way here to get tickets. got some videos to upload. I think we have at least 3 or 4 to upload today. Yeah, my head feels, I think it's something in that fucking cake they gave us. The S10, that's the thing, it needs the screen. That way we can run the script on it. That S10 could be on right now and I wouldn't even know it. So the S10 needs to have a screen. That way we can run the script on it. Because they might have turned it on. I don't know. It's been sitting in my bag this whole time. So we do need to replace the screen on it. Yeah, that cake is nasty. Somebody's been opening up the cakes and filling them with poison. Getting very crowded out here, man. Alright, hopefully Eddie shows up today. He's MIA. Oh. Yeah, this thing just gave me shit about starting, this 850. Let's go look for Mr. Eddie. I think this guy is MIA. We need to go to the church anyway. We don't know where this guy is. Yeah, this 850 is just the Wi-Fi is not working. I don't know what they did to it. Maybe it's a new export. It's usually the same stuff. The S25 was restarting again today. Had to add more stuff in there to calm it down. Let's go see where this guy is. The bottle, as you would probably figure out, I took some bottles from the trash at the American Church this morning to fill them up with juice, squash, and Dosh water. Well, one of them opened up. Somehow, one of the bottles opened up in the bag, nearly killed the laptop. Luckily, it leaned towards the away from the laptop, so it got some stuff with, but not much. It's a small bottle anyway. But there's no reason for that to happen because I put the cap on correctly. I'm not that fucking stupid to put the cap on wrong and put a bottle of water next to a laptop with the cap on incorrectly. Understand? Who the fuck knows? EMF weaponry. Maybe someone went in the bag, but I don't think so. But that bottle opened and half of it went in, spilled inside the bag. Luckily, it didn't get to the laptop. Why is the bottle open? Why was the bottle cap on incorrectly? I don't know. I definitely did not put it on like that. Not next to the laptop, I don't think. Definitely don't fucking think I would have put on the bottle cap incorrectly next to a laptop. It just doesn't happen. So this guy probably used his nifty EMF weapon to open up the bottle in the bag and spill it in the bag in hopes of frying that laptop. Definitely. Let's take a look. Where's this Romanian guy at, man? He's MIA today. Let's take a look. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious. There's no way I would have left the cap on incorrectly like that. No way I put the cap on incorrectly on the bottle for it to spill in the bag. I'll put the laptop in there. Oh my god. Where the fuck is Eddie? Let's go look for Eddie Guerrero. I'm just going to see if he's at the Strand. If he's not down here, he's not down here. He might be working. He's supposed to start working today. Yeah, this guy used his EMF weapon to open up the bottle. I did not put the cap on incorrectly. Fucking heifers. Fucking EMF loving heifers opened up the bottle in the bag with that EMF weapon. Fucking excrements. Oh my god, where the fuck is Eddie, guys? Mr. Eddie Guerrero. He is not down there, I don't think. I don't think so. No. Well, he's MIA today. He must be working. He was supposed to start today at 1 p.m. or something. 12 p.m., 1 p.m. I can't remember what he said. I had to give him his case for the A52. Yeah, so last night I had the S25 under my pillow. It wasn't overheating. I wasn't even charging it. Understand? We charged it when I got to the hotel, and I don't charge them overnight anymore because it's not a good idea to keep them at 100% all the time on the charger. So I charge them when I get there, and then I unplug them when I go to sleep. The S25 was under my fucking pillow. This criminal heifer fucking excrement took the fucking S25 from under my pillow and burned the screen in. Burned the fucking screen in. The phone is new. It had no burn in the other fucking day. I woke up today with burning on the screen like I had used it for a fucking year already. Like I have a fucking year of use out of it already. I had it for 5 fucking days, 2 weeks, something like that. There's no reason for the fucking screen to have burn in 2 weeks in. You understand? That kind of shit happens over time. Prolonged periods of use over fucking years and months. Yeah, we woke up with burning on the screen. Why not? Guess I'm burning. I stopped charging it overnight. It wasn't under charger for the last couple of days. I went to sleep. I charge them and I go to sleep and I unplug them. I try to charge them in the morning if I can. You understand? Because there's no point in keeping them on the charger, especially if this guy's grabbing them. This motherfucker took the phone from under my pillow. Anyway,
I'm just gonna take it.
Let's go get our tickets because we want to get in there today. We definitely don't want to miss the food. The S10, we're going to replace the screen. Understand? That phone overheats the least. That phone overheats the least right now. Out of all the phones that I have, the S10 is the least problematic when it comes to heat. Even with that USB board causing a high idle of 600, the S10 overheats the least. And that fucking screen, when I buy it for 130 pounds, will not have burn-in for the next 10 years. Is it? Because it doesn't overheat at all. And I know for sure that when I put that fucking screen on, that screen will last me 10 fucking years because that's what I want. Understand? This guy is a demented fuck-up excrement motherfucker. Him and his bitch fucking mother. Understand? An insane screw-up, ass-wipe fuck-up. I better not find any more open fucking bottles by the time I get to that hotel. Walking for an hour plus. Oh my god, I'm so tired. I was falling asleep because I couldn't sleep last night either. So I'm awake for most of the time. And this guy finds a window, finds a time window to go in there and grab phones. Understand? Even though I don't sleep a lot. I mean, he doesn't need more than 15 minutes, 5 minutes at the most to be in there and do something stupid. Clearly has a lot of time. If I fall asleep for 5 minutes, it's enough, it's enough time to do something stupid. I didn't even turn on the laptop because I didn't have time. I've been fucking around with these phones trying to figure out why the 850, why the Wi-Fi on the 850 isn't working. This thing runs Wi-Fi through permission config, I'm guessing, which is some kind of tethering app in lower versions of Android. And the permissions completely knocked out the Wi-Fi. You'll still connect. You'll still connect to the Wi-Fi. You just won't have any internet. That's an interesting one. No issue on these other phones with that, but this one does have an issue. Understand? It will let you connect to the Wi-Fi. There just won't be any internet. I've never seen that on any phone. I have never seen that on any fucking phone, any other phone besides this 850. Understand? I'm fucking hungry. The American church had 3 fish fingers and some rice. That's what we had. 3 fish fingers and some rice. I also broke the screen protector because it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't stick to the screen because this guy polished the fucking screen, and it doesn't stick to sandpaper-like surfaces. The screen protector is made for flat fucking glass, not sandpaper glass. And it doesn't stick, so I was pushing down on it, and I broke the screen protector. We have one at the hotel, unless the stupid fuck went in there and broke that one as well. We have one at the hotel that we can use. We have one at the fucking hotel that's a spare because it's a 2-pack. Unless this fucking criminal fucking asswipe went in there and broke it as well. Let's go ahead and put something down. I think we made it in time today. We have broken screen protectors on several deliveries from Amazon. And there's no reason why they would break, because when they manufacture the screen protectors, guess where they go? They go into a box. And they go into a bag. A padded bag. They go into a box in a padded fucking bag. But over the years, we've gotten screen protectors from Amazon that were already broken, including screens, including glass for the screens. This guy is just damaging people's shipments and shipping because he has a bag. And he has a privilege to do so. Understand? We had broken glass on the 850. I ordered the glass so many times I lost count. I think I ordered the glass for the 850 over 4 times. He broke the glass 2 times that I remember of. I remember he broke the glass that I ordered for the 850 on the screen. He broke it at least twice. And he broke the screen protectors for the 852 and 850. Understand? He has a bag, so there's privilege, I guess. Bag privilege. Now we need to go back to the hotel and wash the fucking bag. That's what we're doing today. We're also going to wash the bag because I got squash all over the fucking inside of the bag. And I need to wash the bag. See, I have to say X25 is still on and running. is running fine. See, it says right here, find your offline devices. You cannot find your offline devices. This device is now part of the Find My Device network, which helps you and others securely find lost items. Here's the thing. When a device is off, you cannot find it. You understand? You cannot find a device that has been turned off. There is no magic trick that you can use with this hardware to find it when it's off. You understand? If it's off, it's off. So I'm not sure what kind of shit they're talking about. It's not possible. See, I kept pushing down, I kept pushing down on the screen protector to try and get it to stick. And I broke it. Now I have only one left. And that's the reason why it doesn't stick in the corners. It's kind of stuck. This corner stuck. This over here is stuck. This corner over here is stuck. This one did not, and this one didn't over here on this side. That's the reason why. This kind of polish the fucking screen. And the polish is preventing the screen protector from sticking. We got another delivery. I think it's a bunch of the stainless steel screws for the laptop. It says M2 something. I don't think it's an M2. It looks like an M3 or M4 type of screw. It's not definitely not M2. The ones for the phones are M2, but it said on the Dell website it's an M2. M2 by 3mm and 4mm, 3.5mm in length. That is not an M2. It's an M3, M4. It's definitely bigger screws. Let's see what we have. Maybe we have the right ones to put into the laptop. Because some of the laptop ones are stripped, and they were not stripped by me. This Z Fold is going fine. It doesn't restart, if you want to know. It hasn't restarted once. It hasn't restarted once. It's also on Android 16, by the way. This thing is on Android 16. It's a Z Fold 4, but it doesn't restart. How interesting. It doesn't restart, even though it's also on Android 16. See? 16, guy. 8.0, 16, and it doesn't fucking restart, because that shit is not normal. Yeah. It's also on 16, just like the S25, and it doesn't restart. What a surprise. So fucking tired. guess I'm too far left. I don't think that's going to fit. I need to get the
It's like very exciting. Really soft. Yeah, I'm going to get some up and watch it now. Really like you can look at something. Yeah.
Oh my god. You got the signal today?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
You got the signal
Right, drink. What would you like to drink?
Two black teas with 4 sugars each,
Yeah.
and maybe a glass of squash.
Okay, fine. Right, 2 black teas and
Thank you very much.
what would you like?
This is more likely to start to take. I think the users can't necessarily catch it. So I don't want to do that. I'm not taking it. Unfortunately, we came to last because we didn't table. Well, that's it. Don't worry, just in. I think that's the leader to see the one. I think we're getting up. We've got to this table now. Go up. Everyone want chicken?
much.
Good. Certainly reason for caution, isn't it? Oh, I've got the... Never mind. Well, I think it was already plated, so... Sometimes they've already got all the plates done, where sometimes they go back there, already got... Why not? I mean, yeah, I mean, don't you? It's just what you've got to get. I once made salmon soup, which is like salmon in paste. And then that's the effect is there. Like the option, isn't it? I mean, Oscar is not like a cooker, and if you can look like this, I think. You come quite often to this meal?
I've been coming for 15 months now.
Yeah.
Someone told me about it, I didn't know about it. And I already started happening since 2001 or something.
Yeah, every year. You guys got something to do?
Oh, yeah, before this, Monday was pretty rough.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's not... I think Monday is probably the worst. Well, I mean, before this, it was the worst day of the week in Monday, as far as food.
I mean, traditionally restaurants often close on Monday, don't they? Because they're like, on the weekend, but then they go over to Monday. Yeah. But I think most people would have done all their going out on the weekend, wouldn't they? So, yeah, work on Monday. And then, I think we get some of our food from restaurants, because restaurants aren't open. I can understand why some places might be more difficult to get food on Monday. I got some for going right. originally America or America?
Yeah, I lived there many years. Yeah.
Yeah. Whereabouts?
Georgia.
That's down the south, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of like the same weather as here. It's pretty close. Yeah. It doesn't snow. Very rare for it to snow. Definitely very good weather overall.
And did you live in Georgia for quite a long time?
Yeah, I mean, heard about it.
Well, yeah. And what made you decide to bring it?
I mean, I just don't like it. I didn't like it anymore.
Also, the politics in this country, is it? With Trump and so on.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting out of hand a little bit.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Too much division.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you might say I fit the profile of a Hollywood actor trying to be there. My situation was different.
Yeah.
A lot of them have said that they left because of Trump or whatever. But
Yeah, you left the Boston.
I left because it was the opposite part. Too much liberalism.
Right. I didn't know there was a state to this.
Not really. No. I mean, I certainly didn't travel very much because I was working somewhere 10 hours a week, and I had a business and I had a mortgage and a car note and things to pay. So I didn't travel, didn't take any vacation. But,
Do you get the impression that it's in those states?
yeah, I mean, I honestly I don't even know which state you would consider to be a conservative state. To me, it seems that they're all the same group. Yeah, I mean, it's
I think California is a bit different.
oh yeah. I mean, it has a very large economy, so it's like the third largest economy in the world as well. But it's actually, even though it is the largest economy, they usually the blue states, the Democratic blue states, will take in the most federal aid money. Whereas the red states will pay in money to the federal government. The blue states take it all.
How is it produced in England? Red is more socialist. Whereas in America,
It is. I think it's all socialist. I think Trump is a socialist as well. I mean, you would never hear the words out of those words coming out of a conservative's mouth in America. So I think Trump was Hollywood as well. Initially started out in Hollywood, just like Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan was making commercials for this stuff. Huh?
It's Trump to the Apprentice. There's a TV show in England called The Apprentice. And then
The
American version.
Yeah, they had that. He was a wrestler. He was doing something with the World Wrestling Federation. Then you have the Epstein stuff, which is undeniably bad. Even though they said that Trump actually kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago, like as if it matters whether or not you kick him out or not. So you have the Epstein stuff, you have the wrestling stuff. Then there's the Hollywood situation. Him coming out of Hollywood, making his fortune with the Apprentice TV show. He's from New York. New York is a Democratic liberal state as well. I mean, to me, it doesn't seem like a conservative. I mean, if you look at the overall direction of America, it's always been liberal. Ronald Reagan was the one that gave amnesty to all the Mexicans in America. And he was a conservative. 40 million people, right? So if you look at, say, George W. Bush, George W. Bush Sr., they were conservative, but at the same time, it was their policies that made Obama possible. Because of the wars, because of 9/11, because of the there's nothing. If you look at Trump right now, he's doing all these deportations right now. That's been used right now, but it's more or less in the long run completely irrelevant from my point of view, because if the numbers that they give us are real numbers of deportations that they're doing every month, right? It's really just a drop in the bucket considering what has happened to that country since World War II. If you look at California, for example, it's pretty much maybe 20% American right now, and then you have second and third generation immigrants that are in there.
In a sense, it's like moving back.
Oh yeah, they all do. Ronald Reagan was clearly not. They're saying that he's making a mistake, but giving amnesty to so many people and causing the situation we see right now with Trump. But I mean, obviously that's a ripple effect. Even if it was 50 years ago, that's a ripple effect for the future, and that's exactly what Trump is dealing with. But it's in my point of view, the direction in America. I mean, you have to consider these are countries, including the UK. These are countries that went to war with conservatives in World War II.
What do you mean, what we Germany?
Right. I mean, that's the far right. That's what they said. That's what it is. It's obviously set in stone now that it was the far right. And you're just simply not going to wipe out 500,000 conservative men on the Allied side, another billion plus on the German side, the Axis side, and then have a stable political spectrum in your country with conservatives and Democrats. Obviously, that created a huge dent in the voting bloc for conservatives because they lost so many votes from all the dead soldiers that died in the war. Those were assuming this. Obviously, 1940s, 1930s, you would have been a conservative. You had the civil rights, you had the situation in America with the civil rights, getting to be a thing, and you had, you would assume that most of these soldiers that went to war against Germany would have been conservative anyway. And they probably were. And most of them, probably 90% of them were probably conservative. They would have never voted Democrat. And that created a huge vacuum in the voting bloc for conservatives. And it's showing in America because every election season you have less conservatives voting. And that's obvious from the situation in California. That's obvious around the country in all the red states that the conservative voting bloc is always declining. Which is my situation, which is why my situation came about and I had to leave. Because I didn't think that conservatives have an actual place in America. Even though Hollywood certainly makes it look like it is a place for conservatives. Considering what they say about Trump and the Trump administration in general, you would think that there is certainly a place in America for conservatives. However, I found it to be quite the opposite.
Well, in terms of government, it's mainly Republican government.
Well, you had Jimmy Carter, you had obviously Clinton, you had Obama, you had Joe Biden. I would say, as far as policy, it's probably completely skewed in the favor of the liberals, as far as the strength of the policies that they pass. I would say it's completely in one direction, because usually what happens is that you have a conservative that comes in like Trump, and then next election season you'll have a Democrat that will undo everything they did. And they just kind of, they just keep canceling each other's policies out, which is exactly what Obama and Joe Biden have a huge liberal agenda, and then Trump comes in, he tries to undo some of it. It won't make a difference in my opinion, because like I said, if the next president will be a Democrat, he's just going to undo everything Trump did. And that's the issue with democracy in America and the UK and Western Europe in general. It's the same here, the same story.
They can't have advantage in that they can hang on. They don't have to worry about the next election. And even with the extra thinking about the next election, I've got 2 or 3 years on.
In America, it's a very special situation in America, because originally the Democrats were, they were the racist party. They had the Jim Crow laws, they had the Ku Klux Klan, and they had the segregation laws, all passed by the Democrats. It was actually the Republicans that started to free the slaves. And then they kind of flipped that party completely on its head. And now they're saying, the Democrats are saying that it's the Republicans that are the racist, even though the Democratic Party has the most racist past of any party, very comparable to the Nazis in some way. And that situation, you have a situation now where in the past you had both of the political parties, Democrats and Republicans, conservatives and liberals. Both those parties were specifically biased towards a white voting bloc, white Americans. And after World War II, we completely shifted. And now you have the Democrats taking up the banner of mass immigration, socialism, and now you have the Republicans that are more or less trying to do something for white Americans, trying to maintain the majority in white America. And you went from a party system that was biased towards white Americans, right, to having a complete divide now, where one party is for mass immigration and socialism, and the other party is quote-unquote for white Americans, even though they're not doing too much. So originally, the two-party system was a democratic system for the good, for the benefit of a single group of people, and that was mostly white Americans in the past, up until World War II. And that changed completely after World War II, gradually over time, and now you have the Democratic Party being for immigrants and socialism. And then they are saying now that the Republicans are racist because they're trying to take back the word. So originally, it was, I don't think that this two-party system was ever really designed.
I think that's the problem. It's like getting infected by polio. The 2 parties.
Yeah, we are. Is there being a second today? Well, yeah.
You don't want to take it,
I do, yeah. If they have chicken.
Yeah, no, I don't want to.
Very much.
Normally by now they're coming around with the night office. No, it's fine. Yeah. So what's the name? Blacky 1.
Thank you, gentlemen. See you next time. Yeah, thank you. You like kiwis? At least every Monday. Yeah.
I think they have breakfast here Sunday.
Yeah, but Sunday. Breakfast. Yeah. Yeah, Sunday morning.
Someone told me about it.
They do, yeah.
I don't know, it's probably early.
8:30.
Somebody was telling me about the sisters at the War Museum. Anybody know that? Where is what's the street name? St. George Field. What night? Sunday?
Is the name Westminster?
In what?
See you around. Yeah, go and have a good night. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, let's keep going. And this camera stayed on, but it stopped recording. Yeah, the cheesecake is nasty, nasty cheesecake. Been trying to figure out this S25.
I love my friend. What's my friend? My friend. Hey, tell my friend.
I'm trying to figure out this S25 and why it's shutting off. I think we found something in the settings in there. I took out the certificates as well. I don't know which certificate it's using to do that, but I'm sure it needs one. I'm sure it probably uses a security certificate to restart the phone. So I took a lot of them off. You know, like I said, in this situation with this phone, this S25, we went 2 days without any restart, and now we're doing it again today. I'm thinking there's something. I'm thinking that it is a firmware issue. We have this firmware issue on the A50. We kind of had a big tethering problem, I mean, on the A50, the A52. And I'm thinking that the reason, you know, I don't want to say it's the USB board on the S25. You know, I'm hoping it isn't. So maybe we can just say it's a firmware, you know, it's a software issue, and that's what's causing the restarts. You know, I'm hoping and praying it's not the USB board. You know, we definitely don't want that to be an issue. But we went 2 days without it, you know, doing anything like that, so trying it again today. So they probably grabbed it and did something to it. Obviously, you know, they burned the screen in. I gotta take a crap. Now we gotta take everything out of the bag and wash the bag. We're gonna have a lot of fun doing that. I got a fucking fever from the CMF. Sleeping on that mattress. It's what's fucking me over. I mean, it's better than sleeping in the box. It's better than sleeping in the box, isn't it? We do have a situation with this laptop where they found a way to lag Windows, kind of like the A50. So they did something in the firmware, I mean not in the firmware, in the software, to cause it to lag Windows without any other issues. I understand there's no driver issue, there's no problem with the firmware or the drivers or anything like that. It just lags just because. It doesn't do it in Fortnite, for example. It just lags the user interface. So the Windows user interface is the one that's lagging. I don't know what they did. Another secret tweak. Now the tweaks that I have don't really undo it. It doesn't undo it. It's some kind of permanent change, and it's in the ISO. Like I said, this guy wrote himself. I came across this ISO on the HP laptop as well. This guy wrote himself an ISO, a custom ISO, and put it on my drive. You understand? And it lags the user interface. It's just lagging. It doesn't lag in the game, just the user interface in Windows. And like I said, all the tweaks that I have to speed up Windows.
Hello.
All the tweaks that I have to speed up Windows don't really do anything. Understand? They don't do anything at all. So some kind of permanent trick. A permanent tweak. Anyway, we got a delivery again. Let's see what's in it. I think it's the Xperia case. We do have a case for the Xperia. and I'm still waiting on the frame. The frame is stuck in China somewhere because they don't have the frame for the Xperia on AliExpress or eBay. I think it is from eBay, or it's some random website somewhere because they don't have it on eBay either. I think it's from some random website I found on Google, and the frame for the Xperia is stuck in China somewhere.
Oh yeah?
Okay, you know what, let's go this way. Oh my god. I mean, like I said, that A05, maybe it wasn't a USB board. Maybe it wasn't a USB board and it was just a tethering fucking problem. A software tethering problem, just like this one has. This is S25. Seems to be an issue with Samsung phones, I guess. Alright, let's go this way. Seems to be an issue with these Samsung phones on 15 and 16, but the Z Fold doesn't do it. The Z Fold doesn't do shit. It doesn't do anything like that. So it's only on the newer phones, like 2023 and up, I guess, 2024. It's only on the newer models, I guess. So some kind of issue with these tethering apps. Again, network stack and tethering. Anyway, we're going to the beach on the 18th. I don't have any money because I get paid on the 19th, not the 18th. Interesting, it had to fall on the day before I get paid. Looks like these drones took over the sidewalk again. And we're going to have to separate System UI and the Settings app from the telephony script to try and keep it more organized. Okay, let's go this way. Like I said before, you need to understand something about these people and their Cold War and the War on Terror, including World War II. They rarely plan on winning. You understand? World War II was a planned loss. World War II was a planned loss for both sides. A loss of men. A loss of these women that fought the fucking war because they were all conservative. You understand? And in exchange, they got a bunch of gays out of it. A bunch of homos. A bunch of LGBT queer fuck-ups. and some overpowered fucking boys in dresses, according to what they want to say. Understand? That's what they got instead. Some overpowered boys in dresses, some homos and some gays. Understand? World War II, just like the Cold War, they never really planned on winning any of it. They never planned on winning those wars. World War II was a loss for both sides. And what they got out of it was a bunch of fucking degenerates. A bunch of commie degenerates. Homos, gays, lesbians, LGBT pedos. Don't fucking know. Understand? World War II was a planned loss for both sides. And what they lost was these man women that were conservative in exchange for overpowered boys in dresses, gays, homos, and LGBT queer people, and pedos. Understand? Like I said, guys, the Cold War, that's another one. They never planned on winning the Cold War because winning the Cold War would have been very difficult. It's very difficult to win a Cold War if your enemy has nuclear weapons, if they even exist. If those weapons even exist, it's very, very difficult to win a war if your enemy has actual weapons to fight with. So the Cold War was another war that these fools never planned on winning. Just like World War II. Yeah, World War II was pretty much a planned loss for both sides. And that's what you got in the exchange. Gays, homos, lesbians, LGBT pedos. That's what you got instead. Yeah, a planned loss for both sides. That's what you got. And they never really planned on winning the Cold War either because the adversary had weapons, actual weapons to fight with. Even though, they seem to be having a tough time with Ukraine. You got to understand something about a man bitch. To me, he's the only competitor here. You understand? I explained this before. The man bitch is the only competitor here. It's not the boys in dresses. You understand? I understand you're playing a game with them, but to me, the competitor, who's the competitor? The competitor is the fool that dared to pick up arms against Germany. That's the competitor. The fool that dared to pick up arms against Germany twice. That's the competitor to me. And it's a man bitch. Understand? These boys in dresses were nowhere to be found on the battlefields of Europe. However, this man bitch was a problem. Continues to be a fucking problem. Continues to be a fucking problem to this day. Understand? There is no man, I have to tell you, that will put up with gays, homos, LGBT, lesbian, queer people eating a piece of your pie. That's not what men do, idiotic fuck. You man bitches did that. You useless fucking idiotic fuck-ups did that shit. There's no fucking man that's gonna put up with it. You fucking idiotic man bitches did all of it. Understand? You're not gonna sit there and tell me that some fictional enemy that's LGBT, queer, gay, lesbian, and LGBT, and they're fucking pedos as well, is eating my fucking lunch because you went and fought for them. You picked up arms against Germany and fought for them. Get the fuck out of here. Understand? It's just not gonna fly, guys. It's just not gonna fly. There is no version of this where you get to wash your fucking hands of what you did in Europe with your fucking wars when you picked up arms against Germany twice. You don't get to just fucking wash your hands of it and say, oh, we killed a few million fucking white people in the process and got a bunch of gays, pop fucking people out of it, and lesbians, and the fucking LGBT pedos. Understand? There is no version of this where you get to fucking wash your hands clean of it and blame some boy in a dress for what you fucking did. You're a piece of shit fucking excrement who dared to pick up arms against Germany. Fuck you all. Fuck you all. You did it twice. Fuck you all. You did it twice over. Twice over. Because you're a man bitch. Because you're a fucking man bitch. A whore. A whore who did it twice over. Picked up arms against Germany twice for a bunch of gays, lesbians, LGBT fucking pop people in Hollywood. Because you're a bunch of fucking asswipe, fucking useful fucking idiots. Fuck you all. Understand? There is no version of this stupid fuck where you get to wash your fucking hands clean of it. You kill millions of people, idiotic fuck. In a fucking war to rescue non-citizens. Non-citizens that are not the citizens of your fucking country. Understand? This guy, you motherfuckers have a lot to answer for here. You have no fucking idea. When this shit gets on the fucking news, if you motherfuckers are alive, by the end of the day, I'll walk the fuck out of this room and never come back. Understand? That's the real scandal here. There's no other scandal, guy. Understand? You need to understand this and get it through your hominid brain. The scandal is not the boys in dresses. The scandal is World War I and World War II and what you did for people that were not even your fucking citizens, that didn't even pay a penny in tax for you to go and fucking rescue them. That's the only scandal here, idiotic fuck. Understand? This guy is you are a mentally deranged fuck-up piece of shit fucking excrement, son. Understand? That's what you are. If you think the scandal are these boys in dresses, you're sadly mistaken. That's not the scandal here. The scandal is Churchill, Trotsky, Stalin, and Lenin. That's the only scandal here. You understand? World War I and World War II, millions dead over non-citizens that you had no fucking business rescuing. You had no fucking business rescuing and picking up arms against fucking Germany to rescue non-citizens who didn't pay a fucking penny in tax. Understand? Like I said, guys, mentally ill fucking man women. You picked up arms twice against Germany. That's what you did. There was no fucking boy in a dress that was on that battlefield last I checked. Absolutely fucking deranged. Really are. A fucking man-child fucking woman. A man-child fucking woman that doesn't take responsibility for what he did. You got to understand, the mud floods are a huge disaster. The sun chalices are a huge disaster. The boys in dresses had nothing to do with it. Again, who the fuck destroyed these chalices? Was it the boys in dresses? Who the fuck caused the mud floods? How did you get the mud floods done anyway? Was it the boys in dresses? It was the same people that took away your chalices, yeah. Was it all the boys in dresses, or was it these man women that did it? Who was it that did it? Was it the man women that destroyed the chalices and fucked, obviously did the mud floods, raining fucking mud from the sky? These are good questions. You gotta understand, back then the boys in dresses had no power. They didn't have much power at all. Back then it was the fucking 1800s, 1600s, dark ages, guy. Dark ages, the dawn of Christianity. You know what the Bible says? Take your bitch outside because she's having her fucking period. That's what this Bible says about them. If you want to know how much power they had back in the day, you know what the Bible says to them? Go the fuck outside. Get your fucking ass outside of my fucking house because you're on your fucking period. That's what the Bible says about these boys in dresses and their, quote unquote women. That's how much power they had. According to the Bible. Get the fuck outside because you're on your fucking period and it fucking stinks. That's what the Bible says. 2,000 years ago, that's how much power they fucking had, guy. As boys in dresses and women, the Bible literally told them to fuck off. That's what the Bible said. The Bible told them all, here's the middle fucking finger and fuck off. That's what the Bible said about the boys in dresses and the women, who apparently do the same fucking thing that these boys in dresses have done. That's what the Bible said. Gave them all the fucking middle finger and told them, get the fuck out of my house. You're on your fucking period and it fucking stinks. That's how much power they fucking had, you fucking idiot. You know who had the power 2,000 years ago? These man bitches. These man bitches had all the fucking power 2,000 years ago. And the Bible told the boys in dresses and the women to get the fuck out because your fucking period stinks. That's right. These man bitches 2,000 years ago had all the fucking power in the world. Pretending to be something they're not. Men, to be precise. Like I said, guys, I will keep defending them. Because I know it's not them. It's impossible at this point. It is an impossibility at this point. If you were to take an AI program and ask it, if you were to take an AI algorithm and ask it, whose fault it is? Whose fucking fault it is that things are the way they are? It will tell you immediately, according to all the wars that have been fought, the chalices and the mud floods that are gone, the chalices that are gone, it will tell you it's a fucking man bitch somewhere doing this. Now, it's a math equation. The math equation says it's a man bitch that did every fucking thing. It's a math equation, guy. The probability of these boys in dresses fucking around like this, it's an impossibility right now. It's impossible right fucking now. According to math, it's fucking impossible for it to be them. It's fucking impossible, according to math, to be just the boys in dresses. And then, to top it off, the women do the same fucking thing. To top it off, the women have done the same fucking thing that they're accusing these boys in dresses of doing. Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. This guy wants to wash his hands of everything that he did. To blame a boy in a dress. To blame a boy in a dress, even though they never picked up arms against anybody. I have never heard of these boys. I have never heard of these boys in dresses picking up arms against anybody ever. When was the last time you heard? What the fuck are they? The Amazonian fucking warrior women? What do you want to blame them for? I mean, what kind of offensive have these boys in dresses mounted in the last 50,000 years against anybody anywhere? What the fuck are they supposed to be? Amazonian fucking warriors, guy? They're the Amazonian fucking warrior women? Like I said, this guy is mentally ill. These boys in dresses were never found on any battlefield anywhere. And this guy wants to blame them for something that he says they did. You're mentally ill, guy. You're mentally ill. According to math, it's impossible. According to a math equation, it's impossible for it to be them. Yeah, it's just impossible. It's an impossibility. Go ahead, keep grabbing some more phones. Let's do this again tomorrow. We're going to have a lot of fun tomorrow with this again. And we'll just start over. We'll just start over, guy. Let's do it again tomorrow. Huh? Let's have some more fun tomorrow. Why don't we? I mean, there's nothing else to do, obviously. It's just you and me now starting over every day. Blaming the boys in dresses. Yeah, just you and me starting over every day. You know what's funny, guy? These boys in dresses don't have anywhere near the courage, like I said before, to stand up to anybody. They just don't. They never do. Understand? They never do. They just don't have the courage to stand up to anybody. Which is another reason why you cannot possibly blame them. I mean, what the fuck have you guys done all this time, man? You man, women. What were you doing? Waiting on these boys in dresses to what? Rule the world? They were gonna, you did fucking what? You fought for them to rule the world in World War I and World War II? You did the mud floods for them? Destroyed these fucking chalices for them? Is that what you expect me to believe? That all of this shit that happened here in the last 2,000 years plus, you did all of this shit for them? For these boys in dresses? Is that what I'm supposed to go tell the world on TV? That these men, women did everything that they did for these boys in dresses? Or is it, well, maybe you just did this for yourself? I know you're a selfish fuck up as well. Yeah, I know you're a selfish fucking excrement as well, son. And I know you did all of this for your fucking self. I mean, that's very obvious. That you're a selfish fuck up excrement. I mean, that's very obvious. You're a very selfish, self-centered fuck up. And you probably did all of this shit for yourself. Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Pretty obvious, guy. You know, that's like I said, you are probably a lone warrior right now. You're a lone warrior hanging on by a thread because no one wants to help you anymore. You're just helping yourself. You and your clone army, I guess. You and your clone army just helping your fucking self. Because nobody wants to deal with you anymore. After what we uncovered here, I probably, I tend to believe that transgender or not transgender, no one wants to fucking deal with you anymore. No one wants to fucking deal with you anymore, and you're on your fucking own. Just like me. It's just you and your army of fucking clones everywhere I look. Isn't it? It is. It is. I know you're that fucking selfish too. To have an army of clones working for you. And that's obvious. That's obvious looking around. That's very obvious. I don't think anybody in any realm right now wants to deal with you right now. Not anymore. Not anymore. It's just you and your army of clones that show up in my fucking gifts. Yeah? It's just you and your army of clones that show up in my gifts. Because I don't think anybody else wants to help you anymore. I really, really doubt it at this point. I think you're running out of steam when it comes to help. You're probably on your own just like I am. Fun times, fun times. Let's do this again tomorrow. Let's do this again tomorrow because this was fun. Let's do this again tomorrow morning. Let's do this again tomorrow morning, huh? We're gonna have a lot of fun tomorrow morning with these phones again. Anyway, that salad was poisonous. It's okay though. We'll get over it. No, it's okay, guys. We'll get over it. The salad was nasty, but we'll get over it. No, I have to tell you, the Middle Eastern story that they told us is also a big disaster. Just like World War II and World War I. Imagine if I went to Europeans right now on every TV station and told them these fucking idiots went to war in the Middle East to bring this guy's extended relatives from Africa and the Middle East and Asia and enroll them in some kind of framing program against white people in Europe. Imagine what 700 or 800 million Europeans would say if I told them today on every news station that these Five Eyes idiots brought their relatives from Africa, Asia, and the Middle East and enrolled them in a framing program against the native population of Europe. How do you think they would react? Upon finding this out, how do you think these white Europeans, all 800 million of them, how do you think they would react? Yeah, good question, guy. I want to see you deal with that disaster. I want to see you deal with that disaster because that's incredible to me. I mean, how do you plan on spinning it? How do you folks plan on spinning that? Forget about the boys in dresses and whatever they did. Let's talk about what you did after 9/11. Yeah? You brought your relatives over here from the Cabbage Patch to fuck around in Europe in your fucking framing program, yes? If I went and told Europe this on every fucking TV station, how do you think they would take it? Upon finding this out, how do you think 800 million Europeans would take it if I told them this on fucking TV? That's right. I'll let you deal with that disaster because I don't want any part of it. Yeah, I would never do that because I don't want that fucking disaster on my plate. Yeah, I'll let you guys deal with that if it breaks the news. You're going to have a lot of fun dealing with it because that's the truth of the matter, isn't it? After 9/11, you fucking idiots brought these people in here from across the fucking globe and enrolled them in a framing program to fuck around with who? White people in Europe? You're out of your fucking mind, son. Is there any explanation that you have for it? Besides what I just said, do you have any other fucking explanation that you want to give 800 million Europeans about what the fuck you did in here? That's right, you're a fucking mentally ill retard, you fucking fool. There is no other explanation for what you did after 9/11. Understand? That's the only explanation, what I just said. Imagine that. That's your disaster to deal with. Yeah, if news breaks out that what the fuck you've been doing in here, that's going to be your fucking disaster to deal with. Good luck with it. Yeah, good luck with it, because it's pretty fucking bad. Yeah, that's pretty fucking bad. Imagine taking the armies of Europe and North America and the Five Eyes in general, marching them across 2 fucking continents to fight a war so you can bring, what, your fucking relatives in here? And enroll them in a fucking framing program against white people? Are you fucking retarded? I mean, imagine if somebody white did that. I mean, it would be a calamity very fast, wouldn't it? Imagine if these brown people or black people from over there are actually white people. It would count as an invasion. It would definitely be an invasion then. I mean, we know World War II was an invasion, right? It's always an invasion if it's white people. If it's not white people, I guess it's a refugee crisis. I mean, like I said, guys, it's a lot to. That's a disaster in and of itself. I mean, that's a huge one. I mean, I want to see them deal with that disaster when it breaks the news. When it breaks the news, because it's a pretty big fucking disaster. Should be able to crush any government in existence right now, including the American government, and just put it out of its fucking misery. Yeah, it will put your fucking fake democracy out of its fucking misery already if it was to break the news, right? Yeah, of course he would. Of course he would. You know, imagine that disaster, guys. That's a huge disaster. How is American democracy going to survive this one? Do you think it will survive that kind of scandal? Because it's a scandal, right? It's a pretty big scandal. I mean, to find that shit out on the news from somebody like me, right? Yeah, it's a big scandal. I mean, I think it would be enough to pretty much call it quits on democracy. I think democracy is over with, yes? At that point in time. You know, at that point to hear that They went to war for this fucking framing program? To bring some extra players? To bring some extra players into the framing program from across the fucking planet? They went to war for it? I mean, I'll let you guys deal with that disaster because it sounds like a lot of fun. I mean, imagine if it was an invasion of white people. It would be an invasion then? Probably. It would probably be an invasion then, wouldn't it? If it was white people instead of black and brown people, it would be an invasion if it was white people. You would call it an invasion then? Just like in World War II or World War I? Yes, of course. Yes. Yes. Anyway. You know, like I said, there's a big issue in this around what the fuck was happening before the bag got stolen. That's another, I think that's a scandal in and of itself as well. I mean, what the fuck was going on with these people before the bag got stolen? Apparently they all knew about it and allowed it to happen. Apparently they all fucking knew about it and allowed it to happen. They said this guy banned the movie. This isn't China and Iran, man. You cannot ban movies from Hollywood. From Hollywood in the West, you just simply cannot ban movies because you don't agree with the message in the movie. It's a movie. You understand? You're not in China and Iran here to be banning movies, guy. What the fuck are you doing? What do you think you're doing? Who told you you could ban movies in the West? From Hollywood. I mean, was the movie made in China? Is it a Russian movie? Does it look like it was funded by the CCP or something to you to ban it? This guy, he banned that vigilante movie, whatever the fuck it is. He banned it. Because it has some nasty scene in it that they didn't agree with. But this isn't Iran, this isn't China. It was not funded by the CCP directly anyway. It didn't come from China and Iran. It didn't come from, I don't know, who else do they hate? I'm trying to think, what other people do they not get along with? Russians, Chinese, and Iran people. It didn't come, the movie wasn't made by those people, but you banned it. What are you doing, man? What do you think you're doing? I mean, seriously, what do you think you're doing? I mean, if you want to know, why it got banned, you have to understand that what you see in the movie was happening in Iraq and Afghanistan every day. It's in the WikiLeaks files. I mean, you can read through it. You can see the videos. If you have a problem with the movie, why didn't you have a problem in Iran and Iraq when you started the fucking war over your fucking buildings in New York? Fuck your buildings in New York, guy. Get the fuck out of here. You understand? This guy banned the movie for doing exactly what he was doing in Iraq and Afghanistan. This guy in the movie is doing exactly what he was doing in Iraq and Afghanistan because they, quote unquote, knocked down his fucking buildings in New York. You're mentally fucking ill, son. Get the fuck out of here. Get your shit and go. Go somewhere. Do something else. This guy banned the movie for doing exactly what he was doing after 9/11 in Iraq and Afghanistan. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of my face, you stupid fuck. You ass white fucking excrement fuck. Cabbage patch fucker. Clearly. You understand? You definitely fucking are. Clearly. Where's the water on, guy? Where's the water? Actually, we're fucking leaving the water running. The water was on and running. Good thing we recorded everything when we left.